After 7 days of dredging and tugging, it's green light at the Suez Canal. The massive container ship Ever Given is floating again. It's good news for Egypt and for the global economy, but it has also been a learning curve. One ship was able to freeze global trade. One blocked canal spurred a run on the oil market. We'll tell you how this episode has exposed the fragility of our trading routes. But before that, how exactly did the vessel come loose? We got some positive news on Sunday. The rear of the ship was refloated, but the front remained firmly stuck. Multiple tugboats were working overtime, but it was Sunday's high tide that proved to be a game changer. Officials said the next 24 to 48 hours would be crucial, and they were right. Thanks to some favorable tide and some more tugging, the vessel was back in deep waters. It has been taken to a location outside the canal for inspection. More importantly, trade has resumed. As hard as it was to dislodge the ship, the mission is only half done. The tailback at the Suez Canal is massive. Every second lost is worth its weight in thousands of dollars. Take a look at the numbers. 425 ships were stuck at both ends of this canal. Egypt is planning to keep the Suez open 24/7 to clear the backlog now. And even then, it could be days before traffic eases. But here's another problem. These vessels were not sailing to the Suez Canal. They were sailing through it. So when they reach port, another holdup could be on the cards. For 7 days, the Ever Given held up cargo, both commercial and humanitarian. The estimated cost of this holdup, $9.6 billion every day, $9.6 billion. And for Egypt, this was a national crisis. The country normally earns between $12 to $14 million from the canal every day. Last week, this income disappeared. So the canal workers were rightly overjoyed. They found their own unique way to celebrate by sounding the foghorns in their tugboats. The coast is clear, quite literally this time. At the end of the day, modern technology and human ingenuity pulled through, but not before a stern test. The Ever Given is a big ship, and I don't use the word big lightly here. It weighs 200,000 tons. It's 400 meters long and as high as the Empire State Building. So the obvious question is, what was a ship this size doing in the Suez Canal? Remember, this is an artificial waterway. The canal is more than 150 years old. Recently, it has undergone many upgrades. So theoretically, it should have been smooth sailing for the Ever Given, but it wasn't. The ship's owners say strong winds pushed the vessel ashore. But canal authorities suspect human error. An investigation is underway. So we should have the answer soon. But should a gust of wind be able to topple the world economy? It's not exactly the sign of a robust system. The Suez Canal is too big and important for its own good. 50 ships sail through it every day. In 2020, a total of 19,000 vessels used it, ferrying 1.17 billion tons of cargo. The canal services 12% of global trade. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. This time, it was a multi-billion-dollar fall. So what are the alternatives? Right now, there isn't one. The Suez Canal saves time, cost and fuel. It shortens the voyage from Europe to Asia by around a week. That's like dog years in global trade. The alternative is to sail around the African continent, and experts agree that in this day and age, it's simply not feasible. The Suez Canal has been blocked before. In 2004, it was shut for 3 days. Same reason, an oil tanker, Tropic Brilliance, was stuck. But it wasn't a billion-dollar traffic jam, because back then, the stakes weren't this high. Today, we are living in the age of containers, ships bigger than our tallest monuments. It pays to operate these mammoth vessels. In one trip, you can transport goods worth millions of dollars. The Ever Given, for example, was carrying $1 billion worth of goods. It's a system set up for mishaps like this one. The ship may have moved, but the story is far from over. The oil traders are watching closely, exporters are weighing their options, and wait till insurance companies get the bill. The Suez Canal is not just any other waterway. It is steeped in history, not just economic, but political as well. The last time there was a Suez crisis was more than half a century back. The world we live in was shaped by that crisis. This one may not be as significant, but it raises crucial questions about the world economy. Think about it. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.